Queen.
Sometime years ago, I heard you say that black people were going to suffer the most under the Obama administration. At the
Remember
time,
that.
I was really excited. Like, why would you
What is he
say that?
talking about? Why is this man speaking against our black Messiah? Everything I said came to pass. You see it, right?
It's almost scary because you said it at a time where I know I thought you were nuts. I don't know. I was like, he's not even about black. How can you say that? Now I see things totally different. I'm a little bit older too, so you see life a little different. What do you think about Ben Carson, Trump, the whole situation splitting up the Republican Party in this weird way versus Hillary and the agenda for black people?
Well, first thing, presidents are chosen at least 4 years in advance. Right. Whoever's going in the White House in January of 2017, they know now. Right. Everything else is political theater to give the people the illusion of a choice. Right. Okay? When you read the Constitution, and I was a political science major, Millersville University, first thing they teach you is that the people don't choose the president. The Electoral College chooses the president. America's presidency was never intended to be under democratic decision. Okay? So, they already know who's going to go in. Now, as far as Ben Carson goes, I lost a lot of respect for him. When I was a young brother going through Millersville, we used to go to the Black Conference on Higher Education. He was a regular speaker there. I looked up to him, coming from the ghetto, teaching himself to read, his mom, single mom, becoming the first doctor to separate Siamese twins, master neuroscientist. I couldn't wait to go hear him every year. Now I'm looking at him now, total buffoonery. You see? Hurts my heart. Now, I've heard some people say that they're going to make Donald Trump and Ben Carson run together. Okay? They might, they may not. It makes sense, because neither one of them care about black folks. But anyway, I don't know who they chose. I'm trying to study it. Normally, whoever gets the most positive attention on the major news outlets is the chosen president. If you remember when Obama ran, he got nothing but positive press from CNN, headline news. I knew he was going to be one. He got no negative press, while at the same time they crucified Senator McCain. You understand? So I knew Obama was the choice. So you have to look and see who's getting the favorable press. That's the pick. The job of the government is to make the people choose the person they already pre-selected. The media's job is to sell to you the person that the power structure already chose. Okay? So when they chose Obama, they had to sell Obama to make sure the people went the direction of the status quo. Why is that important? Because democracies are very sensitive things. People are very cynical. If people recognize that I actually do not control the country through my vote, it can lead to chaos and anarchy. You see what happened to Russia. You see what almost happened to Italy. You see what happened in Egypt. You understand? So America's democracy also hangs in the balance. Okay? Most poor people in America are poor white people. You understand? And a lot of them are not happy with the direction that they see the country going into. So it becomes more important to convince them that the person they should vote for is the person that the powers that be wants. Because whenever you have the people choosing one person and the powers choosing another person, then the illusion of democracy has been totally exposed. We saw that with Al Gore, 2000, who clearly beat George W. Bush. I'm not talking about the throw-out votes. Forget the throw-out votes. He still had more votes than George W. Bush, even without the 17,000 black votes in South Florida. Gore won for the people, but Bush got the White House. Why? Because Bush had 2 more electoral college votes than Gore. Even though Gore had 1 million more popular votes than Bush, Bush had 2 more electoral college votes. I never thought I would see it in my life. But you all have lived to see a president get put in the White House who the people did not choose. This is not a democracy. It is a falsocracy. If you read the Constitution, the word democracy is not even in it. The Declaration of Independence, the word democracy is not even in it. The preamble, the word democracy is not even in it. Look at any of the 50 state constitutions, including Pennsylvania, show me the word democracy. It's not in it. This is not a democracy, only the illusion of one. You have no choice. America is a dictatorship with 2 heads, one Democratic, one Republican. In public, they appear to represent 2 dichotomies of choice. But in the back room, they're all on the same page. You have to keep the masses of the people dumb in order to rule them.
I thought it was the Supreme Court who decided that they do not have any more time go through the vote count to determine who the winner of that Florida is was.
Right, for the Florida. For the Florida.
That's where Gore lost the election. Florida was a turning.
Nah, popular vote, Gore had more. Popular vote, Gore had more. Even with
It
the,
is not counted. They say we don't have time to
right, they count the Florida, right. But even without the Florida, Gore still won. Yeah, double check that. Even without the Florida votes, Gore still won. Gore still won.
Do you still think Obama was not appealing enough to the American voters when they elected him for
Remember,
president?
the second time.
It was different then than it is now.
Say it again, say it again.
Obama has appealed to the American people, white and black, old and young. He was very charismatic. He was speaking from the heart. And he was very convincing. He was different then when he was a candidate. But now he has changed. I can see that.
Yes, yes.
In everything he does.
Yes, yes.
But
I
I'm
agree.
not sure if it is the institution that really wanted Obama to be the president.
He would
I
have never
think
made
the
it.
people put him to be the president.
No, sir. Who's Obama's top two campaign contributors? J.P. Morgan, Chase Manhattan. There was nothing about Obama's election that was grassroots. He was elected by old white racist money.
But Obama was telling us that he was getting every nickel from the regular guys,
No.
from the small contributors.
True. A lot of people gave Obama money, more than any other president we saw. But the money that he got from J.P. Morgan and Chase Manhattan,
More so than Clinton did.
maybe not more so. My point is Obama and Clinton were sellouts. They was all sellouts. You see what I'm saying? So they all got financed by the same entities. But my point is, if you look at the financiers of an election, you know whose agenda they're going to carry out. And the financiers of every presidential election we had, at least in my lifetime, have been financed by the same people. So how can it be a different agenda? Obama said change we can believe in. But you're being financed by the very same corporate entities that Clinton and Bush and the rest of them chose. You understand? So I knew the Obama campaign, his presidency would be no different than Clinton's or Bush's because you're being financed by the same people who financed them. You see? Remember, Wall Street fell under Bush, but it was Obama who delivered the bailout. You see?
He actually did not. I think it is the Federal Reserve Bank who made that decision to bail out the banks so the economy would be safe, so the recession would be stopped from turning into a serious depression. That was a very wise decision, by the way.
Why not take that same money that you bailed the bankers out and give it to the people so they can bail themselves out?
Say that again. Now, here is the difference. The guys in the Burger King, if they go broke, they take themselves out. But if the banks go broke, they take all of us
Yes, sir.
down the drain.
Yes. But
So
part of the
they
thinking
didn't want us to go down the drain. Without banks, there is no economy. No lending, no borrowing, no investment.
True. I agree with that part. It's not having banks that's the problem. It's no oversight for what they do. The Federal Reserve is not under the United States government, nor is it a public corporation. Federal Reserve is privately owned.
Yes.
We don't even choose the chair. They give the president 5 names, and the president can choose one of the 5 names for who's going to chair the Federal Reserve.
The president chooses
No.
7 board of governors.
From-
They are all appointees of the president. Most of them are economists.
Okay.
7 out
he-
of 12 voting
Elder,
members.
he does not choose them. They give him a list, and from the list he selects. So he does choose after they pre-selected. There's nothing democratic about the Federal Reserve.
But if it is, then
I got, let me share some of the love. I'm with
the
you.
Federal Reserve Bank, if it makes any profit from the purchase or sale of bonds, what does it do with the profit? It doesn't give it to the president, the private sector. It's a renders it to the treasury.
No.
So,
No.
why is it that we have 7 voters, all of them appointed by the government, the president, and only 5 coming from the regional banks? Why did they give majority power to the appointees?
Because it is an inside hustle. That's why they do it that way.
I think there was also a fight between federalism and state rights. They did not want to give all power to the federal.
I got a question for you.
Yes,
Have you ever
I'm
heard-
sorry, I don't want to
No, you're okay.
waste our time debating about this. But I like one question to be answered about the current movement of these very respectable students.
Uh-huh.
If the current strategy of demonstrating or walking for the next 4 days doesn't work, what next to make this movement successful?
Okay.
Martin Luther King appealed to the wide American audience, and he had Johnson behind him too, communicating with Kennedy or whoever was in power. And he was a charismatic person, and he can appeal to a large number of people, audiences. They don't have that.
They don't need to have it.
How do they move from A to B?
Remember-
If the strategy A fails, what is the...
Remember, before King succeeded in Birmingham, he failed in several other cities. History does not give us that part. They had to learn from their mistakes, the same way the youth are going to have to. There's no such thing as a perfect revolution. There's no such thing as a perfect campaign. There's going to be contradictions and mistakes. The mistake is not the problem. When you don't learn from it, it becomes the problem. Dr. King learned from the mistakes of the earlier campaigns, and that's why Birmingham was ultimately successful. They're young people. They're going to make mistakes. If it fails, so what? You study what you did wrong, you re-strategize, you come back to the planning table, and you do it again. You don't stop. Nothing's perfect. No
But they
revolution.
don't have the time, like Martin Luther King.
Sure they have the time. They're in the midst of taking our children for over 100 years. We got a couple years to get it right.
Well,
Doctors. A third doctor's gonna step in.
all right.
A third doctor's gonna step in. Share the love.
Yeah,
Give him a
yeah.
hand. Give him a hand.
But we won't finish, y'all, but we won't.
Share the love.
'Cause I got